If you really think about what it's doing, first of all, that's shrinking your brain, and you're just literally voluntarily killing your guts. Like, you know, pause. But like, you would like to experience what it's like to not have a chaotic mind, for example, but you're... Hello. So, as within, so without. I'm sure you've heard that before. As within, so without. What do you think that means? Just ask yourself. I'll give you a few minutes. Minutes? I'll give you a few minutes. So, what that means is exactly what it sounds like. Whatever's going on internally is going to show up externally. You cannot be upset. You cannot be upset at whatever's showing up within your reality, whatever is showing up externally in your life, if you know that you have not done the work. Whatever's going on externally is because of you. You have the control over all of that. You cannot be upset at whatever's in your reality right now if you know for a fact that you have not done the work. As within, so without. This type of stuff is not just a woo type, you know, of a saying. It's like real life. And you can look at your own life as an example of that. If you are a person that's not enjoying your life and you're confused, you're like, okay, well, I want this, that, and the third, but that's not what's showing up externally, ask yourself, have I healed from everything I need to heal from? Have I worked on myself to a certain extent? Have I progressed in my personal self-improvement journey, whatever you want to call it? The birds are so loud. It's pretty though. I wonder what it's talking about. If you've ever wanted to know what to do to completely change your life around, this video is for you. It's really it's complex, but it's also simple at the same time. You have control over what goes on. If you have certain things going on externally, if you have things going on internally, there's going to be things externally that show up to restrict, like, the things that you want. If you have certain things going on internally, and there's still things that you want right now, if you're in a certain place internally, those things are not going to be able to show up externally if it's not on that same energetic level. If it's not on the same wavelength. If what you want is not where you are right now, then it's not going to show up. But and you could test this out, you know, whatever it is, you know, take 4 to 6 months, a year if you need it, where you are specifically focused on changing what needs to be changed about yourself, as in healing, not changing like things that don't need to be changed, as in, because you are where you're supposed to be at, you know what I'm saying? So don't force yourself or rush yourself. So that's not what I'm saying. Just let me put that disclaimer out. But if there's things that you want to change about yourself and that you already know while hearing this, like, you can tell, like, say it to yourself, like, okay, I know some of the things that I need to let go. For example, say if, like, you would like to be more connected with other people, you would like to experience certain forms of intimacy, like non-sexual intimacy with other people, you would just like to be able to be more in the present moment, you would like to experience what it's like to not have a chaotic mind, for example, but you're a person that is, like, still drinking alcohol, you're a person that's still going out every however often, you know what I mean? Like, just engaging in activities that you know is the cause of why you have the things that you don't want to have, or why you're experiencing the things that you don't want to experience, whatever's going on in your mind. If you know that, for example, alcohol is literally poison. I don't care about, like, the whole vices thing. Like, people say they have their vices, they drink every so often. Me personally, that is poison, you know what I'm saying? Alcohol, rubbing alcohol, it's all the same to me. It's all poison, you know? It's not something that needs to be in the body. If you really think about what it's doing, first of all, that's shrinking your brain, and you're just literally voluntarily killing your guts. Like, you know, pause. But, like, you really are. seriously. And a lot of times it's a thing of like, ask yourself why you're even doing that. Like, why do you even want to drink? Is it to have fun? So you feel like drinking is the only way for you to have fun. If it's to loosen up, it's like, okay, ask yourself why you have to drink in order to loosen up. For example, I'll give myself as an example. I'm not a club person. I don't go out to clubs and parties, you know what I mean? Like, that's just not my type of thing. But say that I attended some type of an event and there was like some type of after party that I decided to attend to. I'm going to be able to be myself and to allow myself to flow without any extra influence or anything like that because of where I am personally, internally. You know, if you have to use other things in order to, it's the same thing for like when people have to drink in order to be in a relationship, or people have to smoke weed in order to eat, or in order to have fun, or in order to whatever. Like, you build up this dependent relationship with this substance, you know, and that's also going to keep you stuck. Like, the only way to get out of that is to literally end it and to move on from that. And, you know, it's up to you to just stop, you know. Like, I don't know how else to, well, there's different things that I could probably say, but for me personally, I am the type of person that just cuts things off cold turkey. Like, in the other video I talked about like mascara, like I was very dependent on mascara for a while. Like, the video was about insecurities, but yeah, like I thought I looked weird without mascara, so I just stopped wearing it until I got used to what I looked like without it. And because like as a human being, that's how you naturally look, you know. A face is just a face. But back to the main topic, you know, as far as these vices, or as far as these things that you want to change, you know, that's what you're gonna have to do. Like, you're gonna see that the same exact things are gonna just keep happening and keep happening and keep happening until you decide to change something about it. You know, you're not going to see anything that you want to experience. And then sometimes some people are able to experience the things that they want, but they're not even going to really feel how they want to feel because they haven't made it where they need to be yet, you know. Because I know that that's a thing too, where sometimes people do get the things externally, but you're not going to feel how you want to feel. A lot of things is about feeling, right? Like, all of these, even the things that you're doing that you don't want to do anymore, it's about how it makes you feel. It's about what you're escaping from. It's about all of that, you know what I'm saying? It all comes down to like a feeling, really. And figuring out what you can do to give yourself that same feeling without the things that without being dependent on something, or what you can do to have fun, you know. What can you do to provide yourself that same feeling without anything outside of yourself, you know? Think to yourself what you could do for yourself, whether that's, there's plenty of different examples. For example, I think back of at like the stage that I used to be at, like my old life, like the old person I used to be. Like, I'll even look back at some old pictures of myself that I still have, and even some old videos, and I might insert some of those videos maybe in this video, or maybe the next video. I'll make a whole separate video just about how I used to be as a person, the way that I used to think as a person. Just as an example, bro, you can go from something like this to where I was speaking and talking to myself and thinking this type of way, those type of negative self-talks I was having with myself, just different types of things, just video evidence and text messages of how I used to be versus now. Completely different person. Like, and I don't regret any of that stuff. Like, I'm grateful for it all because it literally led to me getting here. It was like the beginning stages that taught me and led me and had me go on this self-realization journey. And I'm very grateful for that. But just think, this is just an example. Like, the fact that I used to think like that, and I was looking at my life so confused, like, why is this happening to me? Why am I experiencing this? Why do people treat me this way? Why do these inconveniences keep happening? And the whole time it was because what I was doing to myself, like what I was doing to myself and what I was not doing, you know, internally, so that it could show up externally. And it is kind of hard to like grasp that. I'll give a more specific answer. I used to not like people. I used to not like talking. I used to dislike people staring at me. I used to hate when people would look in my direction. Like, I used to hate that. I don't hate anything now at all. It doesn't matter what it is or what you could think of. I don't hate a single thing. And it did take some time to like get to this point, but I used to be like that as an individual. And just thinking about the fact that I used to feel like that on a regular basis, I used to wake up every day feeling like that, thinking like that, having those types of thoughts. It's like, it made perfect sense that the way that I was living life and like the type of life that I had was like showing up the way that it did. And it's like, now that I'm in this more of a loving type of place, a more of a loving type of vibration. It's like the way that everything's showing up, it makes so much more sense now. So listen, if you've been asking for some type of help or some type of guidance, if you're tired of repeated cycles, if you're tired of living every day the same exact way, if you're tired of feeling like everybody's passing you up, if you feel like, for example, say if you knew somebody and you guys trauma bonded as friends, like related to a lot of traumatic stuff you guys went through, and now it kind of seems like now they're getting distant and you're starting to see different things happening within their life, and it seems like they're just progressing and it feels like you're not progressing, and you're looking for a sign and clues in order of what's going on, this video is literally for you. Like, this video was manifested to be received for you, if that is what resonates with you. This is not like a lie. Like, there's a reason why it's starting to seem like everyone's saying the same thing, and it's because there's truth to it. And it's one of those things where you should just take your time to dissect and figure out what's going on with yourself internally. You know, it's so weird to think of it like that. I make these videos because I'm literally trying to help you. Like, I'm trying to articulate this the best way that I can. I'm trying to verbalize this the best way I can. I'm hoping that it all translate the way that it needs to translate in order for you to really grasp this. This is not a video just, I mean, this is fun to me. I enjoy making these videos, but this is not a video just to have fun. It's literally a video for people that need guidance or feel like they just are being left behind by everybody, and it just seems like everyone's just, something's just clicking with them, something's just being like, they're just figuring it out. And it's like, that's what it is. They start seeing the patterns with it, they start noticing the changes, even with small changes, like different things. And it's like, you can literally do that. It doesn't matter what age you are, doesn't matter how long it's been, it doesn't matter if you're just now starting a journey or what. You have the information and the tools to do that. Continue to go within this. You can also, you know, ask questions and research, and like, if you have any specific questions, if there's anything specifically going on in your life, you know, feel free to DM me and message me on Instagram to book a call, and I actually go detailed within there. And sometimes, like, I'll have the time frames on there, but a lot of times I end up going past it anyways, because the focus is, okay, what is the problem and what information do I have that actually coincides with that. But if you resonated with anything I spoke about in this video, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing so that this video reaches someone who may also need to hear this message. Thank you, and bye.